All right, you know what time it is. This one's going to be pretty cool. It's from a guy, viewer Kyle, who I've been talking to quite a bit recently. Um, he asked if I had done any custom Chavezes on the channel. And I said I thought so, but I wasn't sure. I didn't remember. I've done a lot of videos. Make sure they didn't put a note in there. Okay. So he sent me this one that he got at Blade Show 2021, if I recall. And this was one of the 10 lottos that they had at the show. Now, it's interesting that he won on day one, but the reception's bad. They called his cell phone. He missed the call. And so he didn't get it. And he was bummed. And then on day two, he got picked again, and he picked up the last one. Now, this is his daily carry. So yes, other people than me carry full-on custom knives daily. Okay? Now, he did have some anodizing and engraving done by a friend of his. This is number 36. This thing is cool. I do like Chavez knives. I've kind of wanted one. I had a 229, I think it was, for a little bit. But it became something that I knew I just wouldn't really carry. It is a bit thick. It is in that overbuilt category. The skull pocket clip, you either love it or you hate it. Or you're like me and you really just don't care and you carry it anyway. Doesn't bother me one little bit. But it got to the point now, it's such a polarizing thing that on a new Chavez, they include the skull clip attached to the knife. But in the box is a standard clip off to the side because they realize that it is an issue for some. And I've met a lot of people that are like, yeah, dude, I love their knives, but I would never own one because of that skull Punisher pocket clip. Sure, I get it. Everybody has their thing, right? Man, the action on this thing is great. As it should be when you carry something every single day. The action's just going to get better over time. Whether it's bearings or washers. Now, that's not to say that when it comes brand new out of the box, it should have crappy action. Some makers are like, oh no, you got to break it in. You got to open and close it 5,000 times before the action's actually usable. No, that's not a good way to go either. That is a way to go. I don't think that is the right way to go. But yes, over time, things will wear in, loosen up, get smoother over time. Eventually, potentially, they're going to get sloppy over time. This one is super solid lockup. Feels great in the hand. Like, you can feel the pocket clip, but I wouldn't really call it a hotspot. And this could get a lot of work done. Big, thick blade. I wouldn't do prying or anything like that, of course. But this is a great daily carry user knife. This is something that you would never worry about failing. What do I have here on the table? Like the Spyderco Delica that I used to unbox. Very thin blade. You wouldn't want to get out in do bushcrafting or camping, like harder use work with this one because it's thin, because there is no blade play, but there's some flex in it. This would not be a good use of, for hard use, whatever hard use means. This would not be it. You could do everything you want with this knife. It may not slice your tomatoes quite as thin as the Delica, but in every other level, this thing is going to get the job done. So stay tuned. I will do a full video on this guy very soon. And then I will get it back to Kyle for sure. And Kyle, thanks a lot for loaning this in. I appreciate it. I appreciate the story. Could use a little sharpening. It's a little sharp still, but probably time to get it sharpened up. I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for listening to me ramble there for a minute. And stay tuned.